Here we go. Door.
And now, Chodo Habat, you will die along with your herd.
You must not do this. If you kill my herd, the planet will suffer and die, its people
That's
with
none
it.
of my concern. I was hired to do a job, and after I kill you, I'll be done.
Surely you cannot see the world so callously. Credits you may have, but someday
Perhaps,
the scars will catch up.
But not today, Ithorian. This is the best that you could muster to come to your rescue? Very well. I shall add their bodies to the dead.
Okay, here we go. Should have healed up a little more. Okay, looks like there's just 3 of them. Mercenary. Let's focus fire on the weak ones for now. Kriya.
Yes.
I want you to shoot at her. Atten. Actually, yeah, you could shoot that guy. I'll do what I can to clean up. Shoot at you, heal up. We'll do a sniper shot.
Just say the word.
Okay. You. Can you be whirlwind? Oh, they saved again. I need to save my force points. That's dumb that I can't actually hit anything.
I hear you. More where that came from.
I need to heal. Usables, that's it. Not repair kit, advanced. Only have 1 advanced med pack, huh? Ooh, that did nothing.
Let's settle this.
Come on. You two can get her. I can get this one. Possibly, I guess.
Let's settle this.
Atten, who are you shooting at?
Okay, down the side.
Can you take her out? Kriya. Kriya. I don't know now. Go for her.
What is it?
Let's do another heal. Now we'll go after the leader. I never imagined Czerkas will resort to this. They will not stop. They will stop at nothing to sabotage our efforts. Czerkas? Of course. Yes, these mercenaries were hired by Czerkas. They were instructed to destroy and kill everything they found in here. But this time they have gone too far. If the Telosian authorities are told about this, they will surely have no choice but to be forced. Ah, Moza, you are safe. Yes, thanks to Karaeous Nakarta, I am glad to see you are unharmed. You must go to the Telosian Council, Moza. Tell them what has happened here. You must make them see this evil. Yes, Chodo, I will do my best. And again, thank you. I fear that you had already boarded the shuttle to the restoration zone, but as you must know, there's little more I can give you but my hurt's eternal gratitude and wishes that you find your ship on the planet's surface. You have given enough, but I must leave now. Okay. Alrighty, mercenaries. Please tell me you dropped some loot for that big old fight. Nothing. I was gypped. That big old fight and no loot on the bodies? Aww. But we do want to save and want to go talk to... We want to go talk to Lieutenant What's-His-Face. Ah, level ups. Karaeous, what do we have here? Skills. I could put it all into repair and then she could maybe be my workshop or workbench person. Yes? Yeah, what about it?
The world because you have no loot.
Big old fight and no reward at the end of it, of course.
And her name is Karaeous. She says it herself at the beginning.
Karaeous, whatever. I can't keep it straight, okay? Shoosh. Okay, level up feats. What do I want to give her? I feel like a little more vitality would do her good. Oh, 2 powers. 2 powers. Oh my. Stasis, very much so. And we'll also give her Force Whirlwind. She's kind of the support character. Yes. And Atten. Here we go. Ooh, Sneak Attack 5. Yes, very good. Demolitions, Stealth, Awareness, and... We'll give you your security. Alrighty, very nice. Alright, let's go talk to Lieutenant. Lieutenant Grunt. I keep on wanting to say Grun. Gren. Lieutenant Gren.
Something I can help you with?
Nothing else, huh? Any work I could do?
Would you be interested in helping us by bringing in some bounties?
Oh. Tell me about the bounties.
This isn't a bounty, so to speak. But we're looking for a man named Batono who's been missing for some time. Also, 2 ruthless killers that we'd managed to capture and hold here in the TSF station escaped and are currently at large. We're also looking for any information about the imposter Batu Rem.
Okay. Tell me about Botano.
Batono is the overseer of dock operations for Czerkas and was assisting us in uncovering the elusive black market smuggling operation that appears to be operating at a Citadel station. A few weeks ago, he suddenly disappeared and hasn't been heard from since.
Why do you need my help? This sounds like something the TSF should investigate.
Well, that's the problem. Our investigation wasn't exactly government sanctioned.
Ah. So you need me to clean up your mess.
If it makes you feel better then, fine. Yes, I need you to clean up my mess. If the council had kept us out of this business with Czerka in the first place, there wouldn't be any problems. But that's not important. The important thing is that Batono's gone missing, and I want to know what happened to him.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Maybe there is,
Little
but that's
guilt on
not
your
the
conscience?
point. The point is, I want to know what happened to him.
Do you have any leads?
Not much, other than what I've already told you, and the fact he was investigating Docking Bay 3. I spoke with some Czerka guards near the docking bay, but they didn't seem like they wanted to cooperate with a TSF officer. Maybe you'll have more luck.
I'll see what I can dig up.
Thank you. Keep...
Have some other questions?
What is it?
Tell me about the criminals.
They were spotted by security cameras in the docking area, and we quickly moved in to apprehend them. We captured them shortly after you were placed under house arrest. Some sort of electrical malfunction, a side effect of the false Batu Rem's attack, enabled them to escape. They overpowered their guards and escaped into the Citadel.
Do you think someone was behind their escape?
I can't imagine anyone would want the help of killers like them. Perhaps exchange, but they've never openly crossed us before.
What do you know about the criminals?
There are two of them, a Rhodian and a Deveronian. They're well armed and obviously extremely dangerous. They haven't left the station as far as we know.
Okay. I'll see what I can dig up.
All right, just be careful. We've already lost 2 good officers to them.
Yep. Talk to you about another bounty, which is the Batu Rem.
You mean the assassin who tried to kill you, right? The real Batu Rem's one of us, and he's off the station on leave. I hope Batu's okay, though I'm expecting the worst. Shame. He was a good kid.
Interesting. Bumbled Drake, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the comment as well. I am enjoying KOTOR 2. Are you sure that wasn't the real Batu Rem?
Positive. They were about the same size and build, and he'd done a good job of disguising himself, but he definitely was not Batu.
Is there any way to find out about the killer's movements on the station?
Yes, we looked into it and found that he arrived via a tramp freighter in Docking Bay 3. Unfortunately, the cargo and passenger manifest as well as departure location was not disclosed to us. That's all the information I have for you.
Seems like there has been a lot of shady stuff going on in Docking Bay 3. I'll see what I can dig up.
If you find anything about the real Batu Rem, we'd like to know if he's safe.
I'll be going now. Okay, so that was multiple things. This guy was in Docking Bay 3, escaped criminals somewhere on the Citadel, and false bateau somewhere in 3. Okay. So we just could go straight to Docking Bay 3. And we can see what we can do over there. Travelers. Okay, what's strange about this is you normally can't talk to people who are sitting down. It's pretty there are not so many people traveling with things being as dangerous as they are. Same exact thing. Okay, not the killers. Oh, B4D4. And T1N1. What do you mean, what am I looking at? Droid with an attitude? Hey, it's not my fault they built you no taller than a refresher bowl. Wow. T1N1 getting a little spunky.
Oh, greetings. You surprised me.
What are you doing here?
My companion and I are awaiting a ship.
A ship? To where?
Nar Shaddaa, I believe. It was the easiest destination for us to book passage to.
Why do I want to take him to the TSF station, though? He kind of helped us. You're gonna stow away?
Yes, if you insist on putting it that way. I would prefer to leave Citadel legally, though that option is currently unavailable to me.
I'll be going now? Why does it have me taking him to the TSF? That seems a little weird. Okay, Czerka. Not my friends. Can I just go through it? Nope. Open via nearby terminal would be you. This is Docking Bay 3. If you have no business here, please be on your way. I'd like some information about a passenger that came through here. I'm sorry, but I can't release that data to you. The confidentiality of travelers that come through our bay is one of our primary concerns. Persuade. Don't worry, I'll be discreet with my inquiries. The killer is dead anyways. Perhaps, even so, it will incur some expense for me to find the information you seek. Oh, of course. How much would this expense be? I believe 25 credits would be sufficient. Okay. 25 credits it is then. Excellent! Now let me just bring the passenger manifest. What was the passenger's name? Batu Rem. Yes, here he is. His departure destination was Nar Shaddaa. He was scheduled to return on a shuttle. That's all the information I have in our business. In our business, the less information we gather, the less we have to give out. Our passengers are doubly protected. Okay, I'll be going now. So he came from and was going to go to Nar Shaddaa. Hey, Czerka. This is a private docking bay owned and operated by Czerka Corp. Unless you have business here, please move along. I'm looking for a man named Batano. Doesn't sound familiar. Your best bet is to direct the inquiry to Jana Lorso. You can find her at the Czerka office in Residential Module. But he oversaw the... Oh. You don't know? But he oversaw these docks. Look, I'm paid to guard this docking bay, not answer your questions. Inquiries about Czerka employees should be directed at the branch's executive officer. Yeah, I'm not on her good side right now, considering what's been going on. Czerka employee. Then you do know Batano. You must be mistaken. Please move along. Yeah, that's obviously a dark side option. I'm not going with that. I'll be going now. Okay, so you didn't want to tell me much. Let's go back to the Czerka office and see what kind of trouble is in for us. Oh, here we go. Into the literal lion's den. Wrong door. Very much the wrong door. Oops. I took your droid away. I took your entire operation away. There's still a bunch of people in here. Oh. Uh-oh.
I will arrange transport to one of the restoration zones on the planet's surface. You will be safe from the TSF there.
That seems best. We wish to wait until things cool down before we attempt to seek passage off system.
For the services you have offered to Czerka, you will also be reimbursed. I trust that is an agreeable arrangement.
Yes, Executive Lorso. And if there's anything else, my associate and I are eager to board the shuttle and leave the station.
Of course. I would instruct the commander to await your arrival.
Wait, you're the criminals the TSF is hunting for? I think that's our cue to get out of here. There we go. You found the escaped criminals in the Czerka office? Well, okay. You are a bad girl.
I simply do not have time for you. My hands are full with trying to manage the restoration project without the aid. If there is nothing else...
Does the name Batano mean anything to you?
Batono? Of course. He was one of our former employees. Let me tell you something. There are far too many like him. Do-gooders who believe that because of the things Czerka must do to remain successful and profitable, we must be evil. They do not see the impracticality of their beliefs. They do not understand the realities of the galaxy. If certain funds must be paid, then Czerka will gladly pay. If competitors removed, then Czerka will do its part to forward progress. Batono could not see this. Before leaving our employ, he stole many of our records, then began to stalk our movements on the station. Harassment, but conveniently overlooked, sanctioned perhaps, by the Telosian authorities.
He's gone missing. Do you have any idea where he might have gone?
I'm curious, though, as to why you are looking for him.
Gren and the TSF are looking for him. He asked me to find him.
I see. Well, I suspect he's putting his nose into something or another. People like him can't mind their own business, always needing to pry into matters that don't concern them. I do know he spent some time in the company of the Ithorians. I assumed that was the reason for his efforts, that he thought by inventing stories of Czerka's evil, he could put Chodo Habat and his incapable assistants in charge. But if you are searching for him, and find him, there would be a reward for any information of his whereabouts.
So you could silence him?
Silence his lies and fabricated untruths. His slanderous accusations are a needless trouble atop a great many troubles this planet faces.
Yeah, no. How would you convince him to abandon his investigation then?
If credits are what he wants, then Czerka will pay him for an easy settlement of this situation. Otherwise, Czerka will be forced into a lengthy petition process with the Telosian Council.
If I find no truth to his accusations, then perhaps I will tell you.
If your conscience demands it, then by all means. Just remember, a reward is waiting for you.
Yeah, you're a scuzzball with everything I've had to deal with you so far. And the fact that you just let some criminals go under your protection. And I took your protocol droid. What do you think of that? Okay, transit to the entertainment module, please. Virtual Boko, thank you for the follow. Glad you could join us. Hey, Lieutenant Gren. Got those criminals for you.
Something I can help you with?
The bounties.
What is it?
I have some information about the escaped criminals.
What have you discovered?
The criminals made a deal with Jana Lorso to be smuggled to the restoration zones.
Damn that woman. Do you have any proof?
I was there when it happened.
I wish that were enough. To finger Czerka, we need hard proof. As far as the killers go, we need them dead or alive. Our jurisdiction doesn't stretch out to the restoration zones. If you find anything else out, let me know.
Okay, never mind.
What is it?
Found some information about Batu Rem.
The real Batu Rem or the assassin Batu Rem?
I want to say the assassin.
Oh, what is it?
He arrived from Nar Shaddaa aboard an unmarked transport in Docking Bay 3.
Docking Bay 3. More suspicious activity from Czerka's private dock. If only we had something more concrete, I could launch a full-scale investigation. But Nar Shaddaa? Sounds like you've made some powerful enemies. Here's the reward for the information. And if you find out anything else about Batu, real or fake, let me know.
I'll be going now. Okay. He needs a lot of information to get anything, though. I wonder if I can... can I get in there in any way, shape, or form? I don't know. Botano has vanished. Oh, the Athorians. Maybe. So if I talk to the Athorians about Botano, that might work. Okay. Oof, this is fun. All I got for tonight. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Real Talk segment. Tonight's topic that I'm going to be talking about is sacrificial love. And what inspired this is my wife and I are going through a Bible study right now, BSF, Bible Study Fellowship, and we recently went over John chapter 13, which is the chapter where Jesus washes his disciples' feet, showing what sacrificial love is and the degree of what our sacrificial love should be to each other. And one interesting point about sacrificial love, as the Bible commands of it, is it goes very much against what we as human beings think and feel, which is why you don't see much sacrificial love outside of religion, let's say, and especially Christianity. Christianity preaches and practices very much sacrificial love. With the world is very transactional in its thinking. You give and you receive. You don't give without thought of receiving. Kind of an interesting practical application of this that I put into practice recently with sacrificial love, and it happened right around the time my wife and I were studying it, and I won't go into details at all. I don't want to go into details. But one aspect of sacrificial love is taking care of your spouse. My wife recently had a real bad case of food poisoning and everything associated with that. And I put in the sacrificial love to a very high degree. And what was bad about it is that it happened late at night. I would have preferred to be asleep in bed, but my job was to take care of her. My job was to help her in whatever way I could. And that's one aspect of what sacrificial love is. Is it something I wanted to do? No. But I did it. Did I get anything out of it? No. It was my choice to sacrifice and to give her that love. There's quite a few Bible verses. I mean, simple internet search can find them all in regards to sacrificial love. John 13 is one of the best examples of sacrificial love, where Jesus put it into practice, washing the disciples' feet. And if you look at that chapter, it's interesting because in those days, when you rented a room, which is what they did, they had the supper in the upper room. When you rented a room, such as the disciples did, you almost always had a servant attached to that room that performed the job of washing the feet. And very, very tellingly, for whatever reason in this story, that servant wasn't there. And the disciples were wondering who among them would stoop to the position of being a servant. And they were all kind of, what would be the right word? I'm unsure what the correct phrase was, but they're kind of playing chicken with each other to a certain degree. They were all kind of eyeing one another, saying, okay, who is going to be the first one to stoop to the position of servant? What they didn't realize is that their teacher, the one that they were all under, technically the one above all of them, was the one that stooped to that position. He was the head of all of them, but he chose to humble himself into that position. And that's kind of what we're all called to be to a certain degree, as we're, even the greatest among us are called to be the servants and help everybody else. So John 13 is one of the best examples of a practical application of sacrificial love. But here are a few other verses that I looked up, and one of the probably most famous verses about the ultimate form of sacrificial love that we can show each other here on earth is John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. And this is kind of a special verse for me for a very interesting reason. Back when I was back in my high school years, so a good number of years ago, I acted in a student film, a student-run film with a whole bunch of different other high schoolers from my high school at the time. I was homeschooled, but I was also part of a kind of a homeschool co-op group. And there was a group of high schoolers that did film. And we also have a group locally that's called the Christian Youth Film Festival, and real great group. Look into it if you're ever interested in it. But we did a film that we called The Bloodstained Bible. And it was kind of set in, oh, what was it? I don't know if we really had a particular war it was set in, but it was a bunch of soldiers who got stuck behind enemy lines. And then my character, one of his friends got severely hurt and got a bad infection and was going to die if he didn't get any medicine. So then my character in this film volunteered to go through enemy lines, get medication, and come back. My character ended up doing so, but he got severely wounded in the process and ended up dying. But he, in the end, saved his friend. So that's part of the reason why this verse kind of means a lot for me, is because of that fun opportunity I got of being able to act in that student film. You could probably still find it on YouTube, I imagine. It's called The Bloodstained Bible, and I'll try to remember to post a link on this video if I can remember about it when I go to post it later. Another verse, Romans 5:8, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Every single Christian at some point in their life has a point where they ask God and Jesus Christ into their heart. For some, it is when they're younger. For some, it is when they're older. And for others, it's literally on their deathbed. But regardless of when it was, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Christ and his death on the cross is the ultimate expression of sacrificial love. Because it wasn't just the sacrificial love of one human to another on this earth. He took the price of all of our sins onto himself when he did that act. And no other act of sacrificial love can even come close to that. The closest is probably the John 15:13 verse I just read. The greater love has no one than this, to lay down life for his friends. That's probably the closest we could ever come to what Christ did for us, but ultimately we can't even come close to it. Another good verse, which I've seen mentioned a lot when it comes to sacrificial love, is 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. And that one is, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy or boast, it is not arrogant or rude, it does not insist on its own way, it is not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. Love never ends. That is a good blueprint of what love is, what love should be, and how we should show love to everybody. Sacrificial love is very much anti-human in every way, shape, and form, and that's part of the reason God exemplifies it to a certain degree, because we have to deny self to be godly. We have to deny ourselves to truly love others. And that can take many different forms. It could take the form of caring for a sick family member, giving to someone in need when you might not have much of your own. It could be sacrificing an evening or a weekend for a friend who is in need to help them move, let's say. And metaphorically, it is like what I exhibited in that film I acted in a long time ago, sacrificing myself for my friend. There's also a unique kind of joy that comes from sacrificial love, from selfless service. And it's something I've experienced a bit with my Celebrate Recovery leadership that I'm a leader in my local Celebrate Recovery group, and I've talked about them before. Great group, look into it if you want. But being a leader in my Celebrate Recovery group, I kind of serve in kind of a background position. I'm not in the foreground, but I have faithfully served almost every single week for the last several years since I started going. And in serving, it's helped me with my own spiritual walk. It's helped me with my own struggles, with my own shortcomings. It's given me more joy in being able to help others in their journeys. And I do it not seeking acclaim or affirmation. I do it because I want to. So there's a certain joy and fulfillment that comes from serving. And it's not one that you kind of feel until after you serve. I guess that's my application for tonight, is look for ways that you can serve and show sacrificial love. And beyond that, I don't think I have much else to talk about tonight. Anyway, thanks for showing up. Glad you could join. And I'll see everybody next time. See y'all later. Bye.